You can get followers for relatively low cost. If you set a target, each of you, in the next 18 months to get 10,000 followers on each platform, you'll make the money back if you do it right. I've made 100 times back the money that I've invested. What I recommend you do is you start with a global campaign and you boost basically some of your content with very simple call to action saying, if you agree, like my page. That's a way that you can do it. If you agree, like a page, like my Facebook page. And you can boost those. Facebook allows you for a relatively small amount of money. It could be, you could spend $10 a day, you could spend $10,000 a day. But I recommend you start with a global campaign for several reasons. One, if you just try to do your local area at the beginning, okay, it's expensive because if you live in Los Angeles, a lot of people are trying to target just Los Angeles, okay? So for me, you're not trying to make money yet with your Facebook fan page. That's not the goal. What you're trying to do is get your follower count up. And here's why. This is a principle that you gotta understand. Somebody might say, oh, Ty, is that just to feed somebody's ego that you want to get more followers? No, that's not anything to do with ego. It's very simple. In the future, the more followers you have, let's just take an example, Instagram, because a lot of people use Instagram. So Instagram, I just passed here 2.7 million Instagram followers. So it's now easier for me to get followers because if I post a video that kind of goes viral, people look, they see at Ty Lopez, they look that I already have 2.7 million followers and it's called social proof. They go, well, if 2.7 million people like or subscribe to Ty's Instagram or YouTube, like maybe I should too. Maybe I'm missing something. For those of you who don't have any followers on your Facebook business page, it's harder at the beginning. So if you can just use global followers at the beginning, even if there is some in the Philippines, some in Indonesia, some in, Africa, it doesn't matter if they're relevant to your exact product yet. You need to get engagement up. You need to get people following you and subscribing. Every business, also social proof. Sometimes before I go to use a business or I go to a restaurant, I'll look at their Facebook fan page. If it's got 2 followers, I'm not gonna go because I'm like, what the hell? So it's expected nowadays that you have a decent amount of followers. I would recommend a minimum threshold especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs, at least 10,000 people on each of the main platforms. You don't have to get there overnight, but I would suggest a minimum. You need 10,000 Facebook fans, you need 10,000 Instagram, 10,000 Twitter, 10,000 on Snap, 10,000 YouTube subscribers at a minimum. Okay, like I said, I have 10, 11 million followers across all my platforms. I just passed the million actually. Those of you who follow me on Twitter, I almost doubled my Twitter in the last month. I started focusing on it and things like that. So 10,000 is a great minimum for each of you. And believe it or not, one of the things I want you to understand, it's not just me that can do this. It's not just me. You can do it too. Follow the formulas. The big thing I want you to take away from this, start with a global boost. And there's a certain kind of ad you need to make. And it varies, but basically for me, for example, let's say I'd post a video I made or a picture of me with a book and it'd be like, and it's a popular book like Think and Grow Rich. I could take a little ad on Facebook. I could boost it for $10, $1,000, $100, whatever you want. And it would say like, if you like Think and Grow Rich, like my page. If you like Think and Grow Rich like me, like my page. If you like the 4 agreements like I do, click like my page. And if you do that globally, you can get followers for relatively low cost. And if you set a target, each of you, to in the next 18 months to get 10,000 followers on each platform, you'll make the money back if you do it right. Like I've made 100 times back all the money that I've invested. Okay, so this tip is very dope. Thank you. I'm giving you 10 tips. I'm giving you 10. I gotta go here. I actually have a party for Tech Week at my house. So hopefully I'll get to all 10. I might run out of time before I get to all 10, but I'll try to do as many as I can. Okay, let's talk about Twitter strategy. Actually, let's go to Instagram. Number 2. Can you check off the ones I'm doing there so I don't get lost? Instagram growth. Okay, here's the thing about Instagram growth. Good news is if you grow your Facebook fan page, you can, you can port or redirect a lot of your Facebook fans on your page to Insta. You see? Think of it this way. If you have one place that you do well on, Facebook, why wouldn't those people want to follow you on Instagram? So you can start posting on your Facebook, yo, if you like this, I just posted a new video on Instagram. It's not as simple as some people do it wrong, but if you do it right, it's extremely effective. Okay, so what I like to do is first try to get my Facebook fan page up, global boost on if you like this, what I'm doing, like my page. Then I try to port or redirect the people from Facebook to Insta. That's one strategy that works very well. Okay, I've grown my Facebook right now. Yesterday I added 20,000 Instagram followers. You can see on Social Blade. Literally, I get a screenshot. I'll show you a screenshot. I have one of my assistants once a day at midnight. So let's look what I did. All right, here's my Social Blade statistics for Instagram. Yesterday was 20,000 followers, 20,822 followers, 20,822. See that? It's not. You can always just look on socialblade.com yourself. So I got 20,882 in one day. How did I do that? Well, it's a combination now. Some of it's viral growth. But one of the big things was if you can get your Facebook popping, you can target those people on Facebook and redirect them and they follow you on Instagram. Pretty simple, right? So stuff, by the way, they should have taught us in school. Unfortunately, they didn't, but you know. Okay. So Instagram, that's one strategy, the redirect strategy. So I will call that A. B is a strategy that I like as well, which is basically an internal. Sometimes they call them share for share. So here's what you do. If you have 2,000 Instagram followers, you go, this is the key. Listen to precisely how I'm telling you to do this. I'm giving you free gold here. What you do is you first share somebody else's content. This is where everybody teaching this that I've seen does it backwards. They say go out and direct message a whole bunch of people and ask them to post for you. That's you taking from people. You must give before you take. So you just go to your friends and go, hey, I posted this post you did on my Instagram story or my Instagram main feed because I liked your post and I told all my friends to go follow you. So now you're scratching their back first before you ask them to scratch yours. So then you can come back a week later and say, oh, would you mind posting this for me? And once you've done it for them first, they're literally 10 times more likely to say yes. So before you ask them to share for you, you share for them. And guess what? You don't even have to ask permission. Legally, anything posted on their Instagram, you can repost it. It's part of the terms and conditions. We're talking about how I grew my social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, to basically a little under 11 million subscribers in 2 years. Okay? It's taken me about 2 years. I started really in 2015, and so a little over 2 years. My Instagram, we're talking about how I got 2.7 million followers. I just passed 2.7. Thank you for those of you who follow me. So I talked about redirecting them from your Facebook. I talked about internal share for share. First, you share. That is so important. I promise you, nobody's going to get mad if you share and get them followers. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm giving you 10 tips as much. By the way, I'm going to put up a link shortly. I've never done this. People have asked me for years, Ty, will you grow my social media and my business followers for me? So if you own a business or you're a personal brand or you're an author or you're a fitness person and you want me and my team to grow your brand, I'm gonna do it for a small amount of people because I'm not gonna do it for everybody on this call. It's not possible, but I've already grown other people that have businesses I'm an investor in, and I'm gonna offer it to you guys in a small test group, small, teeny percentage. 1/10 of 1% of people on this call. So somebody said, is it gonna cost big money? No, I'm not gonna charge a ton of money. You'll see. I'm not gonna lose money on it, but. Okay, so Instagram growth, 2 quick hacks. Remember, porting them from your Facebook. That's why I said tip number 1, Facebook.